So this video goes over Chapter 7.1, Apply Exponent Properties Involving Products. So after this, you should know some rules with exponents dealing with multiplication. This is located on page 434 in your textbook, and it will help explore why the products of powers work the way they do. So it starts off with an expression, and what it does is it writes each of the exponents in as repeated multiplication so that you can really see how many, in this case 7s, you're multiplying. So this is 7 to the 4th power written out in expanded form, and this is 7 to the 5th power. Well, that is the same as having 9 factors of 7. If we look at the next one, we're taking negative 4 to the 2nd power and negative 4 to the 3rd power. And that's looking here that we have 5 factors. And so this could be simplified as negative 4 to the 5th power. Now this does need to have the parentheses around negative 4 because there's a rule with exponents. They only apply to what they directly touch. So this is directly touching anything in the parentheses. If I wrote it like this, negative 4 to the 5th power, and I thought that was negative 4 to the 5th power, this is actually the opposite of 4 to the 5th power, which looks like that. It's a little bit different. Sometimes you get the same answer and sometimes you get different answers. So if you have a negative number and you're taking that to a power, you need to put it in parentheses. The next thing we have here is with variables. So I want you to pause the video and write this out as repeating multiplication, figure out how many factors it is, and then what the simplified expression would be. So x to the 1st power is just x, and then x to the 5th power would be multiplying 5 x's. So x, 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 and another x. That's really 6 factors of x, which would be x to the 6th power. Now, part 2 is really important. It says find a pattern. I hope that you notice that what we're doing is really we're adding the exponents to get our number of factors, and that turns into our new exponent. 4 and 5 made 9, and it was 7 to the 9th power. 2 and 3 are 5, and that was negative 4 to the 5th power, and 1 and 5 are added together to get 6, and that was x to the 6th power. This next one looks at finding powers of powers. So instead of just multiplying exponents together, we're actually multiplying an exponent and taking it to another power. So if we look at the first example, this is read as 5 to the 3rd to the 2nd power, which if we expand it would be 5 to the 3rd times 5 to the 3rd. We can rewrite that into all repeated multiplication, which is written here, and we realize we have 6 factors. So this would be simplified down to 5 to the 6th power. With the negative number here, this is negative 6 to the 2nd power to the 4th power, because we're taking powers of powers. So we write the negative 6 to the 2nd power, we write that 4 times, and now we want to write that as our repeated multiplication. So we have to break each of these down to figure out how many factors we have. I want you to pause the video and figure that out on your own. That would really be negative 6 times negative 6 would cover the first one. And then we have to do that again, times negative 6 times negative 6 that covered the second one, times negative 6 times negative 6 would be the third one, and then times negative 6 times negative 6. So that looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors. So this would really be negative 6 in parentheses to the 8th power. If we look at this one, we have a to the 3rd, all to the 3rd power. So we would write a to the 3rd 3 times. And then I want you to pause the video and figure out what that would be written as repeated multiplication. A to the third is really just A times A times A. And then we have another group of that. A times A times A. And another group of that. A times A times A. So if we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factors of A. So this would be simplified as A to the 9th power. I hope that you're seeing the pattern. If we go directly from here to the end, the rule to find a power of a power is multiplying the exponents together. The draw conclusions part is at the bottom of page 434, and this puts everything together. So we looked at two different rules where we are finding products of powers and then powers of powers. So this first one, we're multiplying two exponents together that have the same base. So that means that we're going to take a product of a power or add the exponents together. So this is really going to be 5 to the 5th power. This one is another one where we're just multiplying those exponents. So that means that we add the exponent part. So we have negative 6 to the 5th power. We start getting variables here at the end. This is the same rule, the products of the power, and that's adding the exponents. So that would be m to the 10th. These are powers to powers. When we have powers to powers, we multiply the exponents and we keep the same base. So 3 times 3 is 9. So this is going to work out as 10 to the 9th power. This is going to work as negative 2 to the 3 times 4 is 12. So negative 2 to the 12th power. And this with variables would be c to the 12th power. The only way to check your answers with this is to really just work everything out and write it in expanded multiplication or with repeated multiplication to see that it's right. These are two rules that are really important for this section, and this just lets us know that A is a real number, so A's are the bases, and M's are positive integers, just meaning positive whole amounts. And if we would have multiplication of the exponents, that is going to be called a product of powers. What you would do is you keep the same base and you would add the exponents. And the next one is saying that A is a real number again, and that M and N are positive integers or whole amounts. This is a product of powers, or a power of a power, and with that you will keep the same base and then multiply it. So your exponent would be M times N. This goes over page 435 in your book. You can see at the top of your book you have example of products of powers, and it shows you the rule we just went over. It shows what it would look like in algebra and then an example of what it would look like with just numbers. So we're going to go over the guided practice. I want you to pause the video and complete these first and then check your answers. So this one, we have a base of 3, so we leave the 3, and we're going to add the exponents because that's the rule we're adding, and that would be 3 to the 9th power. This one here, we have 5 to the 1st. It's not written, but we know that anything to the 1st power is just that number. So this will turn into 5 to the 10th because we add 1 and 9. Here's a different way to show multiplication. We don't have to write the dot, we can just write the parentheses. With this one, our base is negative 7 since the negative number needs to go in the parentheses with this one. And we have to add our exponents. I'm going to add the 1 here. So we have 2 and 1 make 3. And here we have with variables, and again this is x to the 1st power, and all we have to do is add all the exponents together for this rule. So we have x, and then we do 2, 6, and 1, so that we can have x to the 9th. This part goes over the power of a product, and this rule tells us that we multiply the exponents when we're taking a power of a power. These are located on page 436, and I would like you to do them first and then check your answers. So with the power to a power rule, we need to remember that we multiply the exponents. So we keep the same base. In this case, it's 4, and we multiply those numbers. So this would be 4 to the 14th power. The next one, -2 is our base. So we keep that the same. We multiply these. So that would be -2 to the 20th power. And this one, n is our base. We keep that the same, and we multiply these, and that would be 3 times 6 is 18, so n to the 18th. And here this one looks a little bit different, but just like we did before, we keep the same base, which is m plus 1 in this case, and then we multiply the exponents. So that would be 5 times 4, which is to the 20th power. This next part is located on page 436 again, and it talks about the power of a product. So when you have a product already multiplied and you take a power of it, something happens. And we can see that this would be the same as having AB 3 times because we took it to a power of 3. Well, if we rearrange those, that really means that we have 3 A's and 3 B's, or A to the third, B to the third. So when we have this happen and there's a power on the outside and we have a product in the inside, the exponent applies to each item inside. This only works when there's multiplication, though. So if we look at this first example, the 2 that's on the outside of the parentheses would apply to both of the products on the inside. So one way to simplify this would have 42 to the second times 12 to the second power. Now this really just is better when we have all variables here because we could work this out a little bit further if we had a calculator. So with variables and numbers here, this is how you need to simplify it. You're pretty much going to, with the lack of better words, distribute the exponent to each part inside. And you just need to carefully make sure that you simplify anything you could. So this is being squared. So we're going to put -3 squared, which is just a positive 9 because -3 times -3 is 9. And then we'll do n squared. The next one, we're going to make sure we apply the 4th power to everything inside. So that's going to be 9 to the 4th power. And then it's going to be m to the 3rd to the 4th. Remember, we multiply those, so that's going to be m to the 12th. And then n, the 1st power to the 4th power, would just be n to the 4th. Anything that we should be able to multiply out in our head, we should do. This I would need a calculator for. I know 9 times 9 is 81, but I don't necessarily know what 81 times 81 is, so I would have to use a calculator to simplify that out. This next one, we have to be very careful where it's being applied. So the 5 is just going to be hanging out there. If you remember the order of operations, exponents come first. So we have to apply the exponent rule. So we're going to do 5 to the 4th, and then we'll have x squared to the 4th, which is multiplying those, so that's x to the 8th. We then have our next rule where we would have 5 to the 1st power times 5 to the 4th. Well, that turns into 5 to the 5th, and then x to the 8th. And again, 5 to the 5th power is pretty high, but you can use a calculator to multiply what that would be out.